Hi guys,
Hi.
welcome back to Free Feeling.
Yes. I'm Jess T.
I'm Jess K. Gonna be a good one tonight, guys.
Change it up.
We're both a little overtired, both
Oh,
the weeknight, and we're just feeling giggly. So I feel like this is gonna be a
school
good.
night.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so today we're talking about it's painful to say aloud because it's like a young people's term that's
Yeah.
on our algorithm a lot because we're both single.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
Single
So embarrassing.
lady.
So awkward. But you know what? It's a thing.
Yeah.
And who cares what age we are? It's
So can you tell the
valid.
good folks what it is? Cuffing season.
Okay, so cuffing season is when you are dating summer, all spring, etc., and then you get to this point where you know the weather is changing and it's getting cold. You decide on who you're going to lock in with for the next, what would you say, 4 to 6 months?
Like a cuddle buddy.
Like a cuddle buddy, a holiday buddy, a get through it buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we live in Connecticut. So this is
Mm-hmm.
in the context of getting you through the colder months. I don't know if they have cuffing season in California or Florida,
No.
but so like who knows
Yeah,
if
what
that's
is it
showing
like
up on your guys'
wildfire
yeah,
fire cuffing?
cooling season, like cold season,
Yeah.
ocean bunny season.
Yeah.
But for us,
Hurricane.
so
We live in Connecticut.
we live in Connecticut and it's freezing cold. It starts around like December. It's freezing and horrible and dark and lonely and you were in like
Yeah.
hoodie footies under three blankets.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
literally wearing like three layers around
Yes.
the house. So according to cuffing season lore, you look for a person. So in the summer, everybody's having fun, just like we did. It's
Yeah.
girls' trips and
Mhm.
it's social and you're running around with the kids and it's busy.
It's easy to go on a date.
Yeah.
Throw on a sundress, flip flops. We love to be outside.
Yeah. So then you start looking for someone though around like September, October. You basically have 2 months to date, find your potential cuffing partner, and then you lock it in from November
Yes.
all the way through Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think around Valentine's Day is the make it or break it time. Now you know if the person you cuffed with was truly temporary, or maybe it comes to light then that you were just holding on to them for a temporary season.
And it makes sense. For me, I was always in like the 3 month every 3 months for most guys that I was just dating.
Yeah. You have to
Like
reevaluate.
it wore off.
Yeah.
So that makes sense if you're cuffing November, December, January, get past New Year's,
Mhm.
then yeah. So my question is,
Mhm.
because we were talking offline the other night, because we're both single and just kind of like just doing our thing.
Yeah. We're researching. We're researching.
Yes, yes. Like, is cuffing realistic for women? Because I'm the kind of person all in or I'm not. I don't like can't casually date. Like
Mhm.
either by date number 2 or 3, I don't feel like you really like me, and I don't really like you. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
in women's hearts, I feel like we get more connected and attached easier than men.
Mhm.
So is cuffing even possible?
Yeah, I think there's layers to it. Like I think the male version of a cuffing season, and again, I'm stereotyping, but I think they're easier to please. So I think they can lock in on
Yeah.
something that I was kind of thinking, like, okay, they're in proximity, they're centrally located within 10 miles, like 15 miles. They're moderately attractive and they're available. So put the cuffs on. We're going to ride out this winter. But I think with women, it's just not as easy.
No.
It gets way more complex. So we might do cuffing season, but we still have this hope
Yeah.
that I don't think they have.
It's almost like maybe women try dating a little more around this time because of the need or the desire to be with someone over the holidays in the cold weather. So maybe you put yourself out there, but you're really genuinely trying instead of
Yeah,
just like looking
right,
for a warm body.
right.
Other thing is, okay, cuffing after 40 or like
Yeah,
cuffing, post divorce or just like for a mature woman.
yeah. Like it sounds cute for the 20 somethings, but
Right.
it's a little.
But like when I picture someone coming over
Mhm.
and getting cozy and watching a movie and like, okay, making a fire in my living room, that takes a lot of effort for me because it's like, A, you have to clean the house, you have to get all ready, you have to make sure the kids aren't home. The kids are at their dad's. Like, I feel like when you're a mom and you only have so much
Yes.
time.
Yes.
When I think of cupping and the casual, like, might as well watch a movie. Still might as well. I feel like I could barely do what I need to do and want to do in a day, which I think is a blessing. You have a full life and you have like other things
It has
going
to be
on.
super intentional.
Yeah, but it's weird because then you also don't want to be lonely. Like, I want to cuddle. I don't want to be alone on the couch. I want to like go like
But you
apple
don't want to
picking.
put all the effort for someone you know you're not even that interested in. So it's like it's great that someone's just there and available. Like I did recently meet somebody that was like literally 8 miles away, convenient, decently handsome,
Had a good job.
had a good
He was a good
job,
dad. He
safe,
was like
safe.
checked a lot of boxes.
Yeah, and I
But
thought
what?
you could be you could be my go-to cuddle buddy.
Yeah.
Not just cuddle buddy, but honestly, like an apple picking
So
buddy. And
like
yeah,
Christmas lights and
right.
like
Like
the
this
cool
could
like
be great.
yeah.
But I also knew he wasn't, I just knew right away he wasn't the one. So then I had this dilemma, this conundrum in my brain of like, do I proceed with this person knowing that they're a placeholder, but also it's such a nice, not a nice, it's not a blessing, but it's like, I don't even know the word. Like, it's an
Yeah.
amenity. I could add an amenity to my life.
So then that begs the question of, well, if you know that your feelings aren't there and you're pretty sure that you're not like
Yeah,
gonna
definitely.
make it a permanent thing,
Hmm.
is it disingenuous or insincere or even morally wrong to just
Right.
use them as a cuddle buddy or
Yes,
like a
yes,
plus one
yes.
for the
I think yes, that's the root of it, unless it's somewhat communicated
yeah.
and they are in agreement. And that's the crazy part too. And again, I feel like I'm generalizing men, but I feel like they're so
Happy with kind of
happy
like
just to have a
just to be in the
female
presence of a
around.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That what if it does seem like you're using someone, but what if the using is mutually exclusive? But if at the end there was no purpose there, the bigger issue is the waste of time and the
Yeah.
fruitless experience, and how is that a good character? I don't
Yeah.
know, it's a tough one.
Yeah. No, I've been in a situation where it's like, okay, if I had to bet my mortgage if I'm gonna marry this guy, it would be a no. But like the pros, there's like three more pros than cons. He, you know, it makes me laugh. He's fun, but
He's right there.
he's right there. But the problem is, I knew how he felt about me,
Mm,
and I just felt wrong. But you could
mm.
justify. I was like, well, you never know. I also been married twice, and I was dead sure about both. So maybe my judgment is as cloudy as the sky in
Maybe
London.
your picker is
Maybe
off.
my
Yeah.
brain is off.
Mhm.
Maybe I just need to like, and I
Test it out.
and I was always like, find a husband, like never dated for fun, very purpose and intentional, which they say in Christian culture you're supposed to do, which I want to talk about in a minute. So, so I've never just been like, well, this he doesn't. It's probably not gonna like end up in eternity holding each other till we die. But he's, you know, my type, and he's
In the age range, he hits
like,
all the major markers of like,
yeah, and this man was a Christian. But I just feel like that is hard for me to do.
No,
And
but the
it
temptation is so real, and
yeah,
it's
because I don't like being alone.
yeah,
You
and
know?
that's what I mean about an amenity, right? Like you have a good solid home
Yeah.
in a good neighborhood and a good school system, so you can lock in there. But then there's also this other home that has a pool and a sauna and a cappuccino maker.
Yeah.
And maybe the house that you want in a good neighborhood in a good school system with solid bones is just not available right now, right? So you have to go shopping next spring for it. But there's this great apartment building. Okay, yeah.
I'm
With all
glad you're
these,
saying
yeah.
that. Okay, but here's the problem. In life, you don't know when the house is or isn't going to be available. Sure, there might not be anything good in your neighborhood, in your target area, in the market, but something could just pop up. So, talking analogy, but let's so I also fear that let's give an example of the
Okay.
guy was kind of
Yeah.
like, I know he's not the one, but like
Right.
blah blah blah.
So, mhm,
So then I look at it in wasting time when I might
mhm,
be either missing my chance to meet the real one, which I know is a little fairy tale-ish, or just like not what I want the person that I'm gonna end up with to be doing the same thing. That's always
That's
one
what
that gets
hurt.
me. That's
That would
always
hurt.
in every
Let's
area.
think on that.
I can't stand that one, but
Let's
that's
think on that. Let's think on
no,
that.
I would not. I'd want him to be like, I'm so
No, I
like,
thought
I'm having
this is
such an
serious.
awesome life. I don't want to cuddle with this girl just because I'm lonely. To me, that sounds weak. I'm so used to my no. It sounds weak where it's just like, okay, well, this is not the one. You haven't met the one yet.
I know, but you know what? I agree 100%. I'm just talking about where I was recently in my mind. It is October 2nd.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'm
It
in my
is
mind.
cold, actually.
It's getting
Today it's
cold.
cold.
And I 100% agree with you. It's so weak. I hate weak. I hate weak. I hate using people. I hate settling. I hate,
Yeah.
um,
We're gonna do an episode on settling next time.
yeah.
Don't miss it.
But being strong year after year after year,
Yeah.
you get to the point where you're kind of like, I could use
A little massage.
a massage.
Yeah, and I'm
No.
talking from I've been divorced a year. You're talking for 5 years. So we
Yeah.
have, you know, how we have different strengths and weaknesses
Right.
depending on where we are.
Right.
So
But
yeah,
I'm also wise enough, like, and we have relationships. So we have faith.
yeah,
So I do realize that there's like, don't grow weary and well doing. You just have to like stuff it up, buttercup, and not give in. But I'm just saying the temptation to give in to just anything
yeah,
is there
yeah.
for sure.
Totally. And it's not like this isn't the unpardonable sin, like
Right.
dating or cuffing or cuddling, but there's so many, it's just
Mhm.
not it sounds like such a simple conversation, like, oh, to have a cuddle buddy or not, but it really is complicated.
Mhm.
When you're of a certain age, if you're a
Yeah.
person of faith, like if you have
Mhm.
kids, and if you have just a lot of things going on, like we
Right.
always talk about being a divorced mom, you're just so busy.
Yeah. So the fact that anyone can even fill that position or
Mhm.
that spot,
Yeah.
it's also pretty rare and
Yeah.
amazing. It's almost like
Right.
like we're running a multi-million-dollar business, not really, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
if analogy sense, with so many moving parts and employees and schedules that if someone fits the role, why wouldn't you hire them? Like
I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
So that's why it's complicated.
Mhm.
Like,
Because if you're in your 20s, you're not running that kind of enterprise. So anyone could just show up and you might be like, maybe that's more of a waste of a time than what we're talking about in our 40s. I go,
yeah.
it's like,
And don't get me started on what if we never meet the guy, which I don't believe, you know me, but like I feel like, well, are you gonna like rob yourself or deprive yourself of the company of a man who you
Mhm.
aren't in love with and don't love, but showers you with affection and is a good
Right.
person?
Mhm.
I still say at the end of the day, no, but it's not easy. It's not a black and white. Like, yeah, I just feel we maybe could do a whole episode on loneliness and like
Yeah.
the difference
Oh yeah,
between
Mhm.
aloneness
Mhm.
and loneliness because I've come leaps and bounds in being able to be
Mhm.
alone. I really have. Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying, I just want to always cuddle with someone. I want a partner, but for the first time since being divorced, I really enjoy my alone time. I
Yeah.
really, really do. I don't feel
Mhm.
even close to as lonely as I was
Mhm.
after my first divorce. And I don't even know if it was loneliness. I think it was just like I hadn't healed and done therapy
Yeah.
work and learned how to just sit and be okay
Mhm.
alone. So
It was like escapism from
yeah,
what you were feeling.
totally.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
I'm much more healed, but loneliness is a real emotion and people are lonely in the Bible. And it's not like wrong. I feel like Adam was just like, doo,
Yeah.
doo, doo. God was like, this is not good,
Yeah.
right? We're going to send him somebody. So it's not
Right.
wrong.
Any human emotion is not wrong. And Jesus felt all those feels.
Well, like jealousy is wrong, right? Or like malice or
I
manipulative.
mean, I'm thinking of like that scripture that says it's okay to be angry as long as you don't sin.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's okay to have the emotions as long as you know where to bring them
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
to
Yes.
process.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just saying I think it's okay to be lonely, to be fearful, to be worried. Um, but it's not I guess it's not okay to act on those
Yeah.
emotions, which is so then cuffing season is no.
And we're so innocent here. It's so G-rated. I mean, we're literally just talking about watching movies with dudes. I feel, but then people, this is how we justify it, right? Well, we're not like enough, or we're not just like
Well, but that's where the temptation does lie, though, for sure.
Yes,
Because
yes.
then you do get our heart involved, or we get bonded, and then we're like, oh, maybe,
And
babe.
let's
Like,
talk about that. Then that exactly, because cuffing
mhm,
season is synonymous with cuddling season.
mm,
My love language is physical touch. It's just I just get hooked. I just get or I think I'm more
mm,
attached and have more feelings for someone
that you wouldn't know.
because we've been
Right,
cuddling. 'Cause
right.
even just that, even
Yeah.
holding hand, that gets me.
Doesn't
Yes. I'm like,
get all the
I'm in.
feels.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm words of affirmation, but it's also bad because I could just get suffered so fast. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Right. So you're supposed to
Tell me
guard your
more.
heart. And it's like,
Yeah.
can you guard your heart while you're cuffing?
No.
I think
When
let's
they're
just rename
whispering,
cuffing.
yeah.
We just
Nothing.
call it like mildly dating, the cold
Yeah.
months.
I guess the question is it applicable to women in their 40s, or are you playing with a loaded gun? Like, are we playing Russian roulette,
Mm,
or are we managing our time effectively
yeah.
and wisely and
Right.
filling a position?
Yeah. So we talk about placeholder. I
Mm,
don't want to be a placeholder girl. Well, some
mm,
guy is just holding out because he does.
yeah, that's
And
terrible.
like, but is that what we're doing if you just kind of like not after the third date, in my opinion. So it's like
You do.
cuffing we're talking about.
Right. Is once you know and you still decide to hang out for
Even
the
if it's
next
once
4.
a
Yeah.
week, even if it's like your Saturday night date, to me, it just feels like, ugh. Like,
Yeah. It's almost like when you're married, like
yeah,
people are married and they schedule sex or something,
yeah,
right?
that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Kind of like, wow.
Well,
But I mean, talk to me 2 Saturdays from now, and we're
or you
watching
might be
Hallmark
like
Christmas movies or whatever. We're
the
like,
guy in the flannel shirt.
yeah, yeah,
You might,
not
yeah.
help. Or like, I don't know, my friend's having a Halloween party. It's like it'd be fun to drive with someone, like, and I love
Fun. Isn't it? It's so
alone.
interesting that we're actually even really. It's like we know better, but we're sitting here like, well, maybe.
This is why we're talking about it because there's people on all the spectrum right now.
Yeah.
All our friends married, like just going through a divorce, just came out of a divorce, or
Hmm.
single mom. I always want to just talk
Oh,
about this and not even saying like we're not taking a side, but it's like this is life.
this is the reality of life. This is what people actually do think, and maybe they don't always talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And just like silence to the Christian married friends who are telling us and
Hmm.
pointing fingers not to cuff because you don't
Mm,
get a say in this because
mm,
you've been married and you've never been divorced and you don't know what it's like wrapping your kids'
yes.
presents and stuffing the stockings with no one to share with
No.
or text a picture to and
Uh,
just like so just
yeah.
no. So we get
Although many of them are stuffing their own stocking.
that's different though.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
there. I've been there.
Okay. I've been there too.
So nope, different pain,
Okay.
different therapy session. So
Okay.
go
All right.
to other
Okay.
podcasts for sad married ladies. This is not it.
We were that.
Oh, we were, yes,
I
but
was.
I was at finger pointing at divorced or single friends. I was not.
Okay.
Well, edit this out.
Let's get that. Yeah. Oops. It's true. It's just like it's a different beast. I'm saying it's kind of awkward that we're even having these debates and thoughts in our heads, and even that it's a temptation or an option,
Right.
but it is an option. And so it needs to be discussed, but also we should know better, but also we shouldn't judge ourselves and people should not be judging us because
Yeah.
you said if you are not in this boat, then you don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
To, like I was saying, even passing out Halloween candy,
Right.
how easy is that? And how simple is that?
Mm.
But you know what? When you do it in an empty house because your kids are at dad's, they're trick or treating, and you're all alone and you're
And
watching all these cute little kids.
literally a perfect example. That to me is a couple things. I want to be making nice Halloween cool cocktails. I want to have a sort of
Yeah.
movie in the background. I want them
Yeah.
to take turns getting up and just to
Be
be
good neighbors. You're in a
yeah.
couple.
Yes.
And you're
Good
like,
perfect example. Even Halloween.
yeah. So when you're doing
So
that alone, it's like another event where you just feel like I'm alone. I'm in servitude and no one loves
yeah,
me.
and it's dichotomous because the other side of the coin, which we talk about all the time,
Mhm.
is not like a pity party. Boo. I also
No,
love
yeah,
having the choice of what we like, what kind of candy and
sure,
decorating the house,
sure,
and I love that there's no sadness
yeah,
here. I love that this is a happy
true.
home,
Because
and
as soon as
you know,
8:45, you turn off that light and you're watching whatever you want, and you're cuddled up with your dog, happy. So yeah, it's just
So it's
like you
not
said, it's very dichotomous.
yeah,
It really is.
yeah. So it's a flip of the so it's like it's not a bad divorce life, but there are parts of divorce life that are hard now
Yes.
because you have so
And then when there's an option to have someone, although they might not be the one, it's worth a conversation.
yeah, yeah.
So
So that's why I want to talk about. I don't know if I think it's going to be next episode. We didn't plan it yet, but I really want to talk about casual dating, settling, and the nuances of like how do you know, when do you know, not trusting yourself because if you're divorced, a lot of us think we're really not the best at making relational decisions.
Yeah.
So
or so fearful that you might make the same mistake.
Yeah.
With a similar type of person.
Yeah.
Or like maybe I'm not noticing.
Totally.
I'm
always
terrified of that.
Yeah, me too.
Because terrified.
Yeah.
I have this great person and I look for every tiny bit of evidence to the contrary because I'm like, there's just no way and I'm not going to get suckered again. And that's bad because
I'm so glad you recognize it. And I think that's a common thing.
I recognize it, but I don't know how to fix it. I really don't because, it'll be the littlest thing and I'm like, wait, I know. Like,
and my naive, probably annoying vanilla answer to that would be, well, that's fear. So you just have to trust in the Lord that the Lord will take care of you and there's nothing this guy can hide or manipulate. The truth always will come out and God will protect you and God will reveal it. So but I get that's mental work. You probably have to pray that every morning and live in that.
No, but I think you have to be aware.
Like there's people, I was talking to a friend who's divorced and she really doesn't know if she could bring herself to get married again because the marriage is almost not worth the fear of divorce. And I was kind of pushing against it because I do want to get married. And I was like, well, that's fear to me. And she's saying it in the context of staying with a guy. She's with a guy that she loves and has been with for years and years. She's thinking just still can't ever bring herself to, she'd rather be a common law wife, basically, more than legally married because she just can't go through a divorce again. And to me, that just rang too many bells
of trauma.
And like not lack of faith in God. That sounds accusatory towards her.
No, of course she has faith, but probably has trauma that's unhealed. That maybe she thinks is healed in this way of I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I just recently saw a video. I don't know if I sent it to you, but the premise was don't ever date or marry someone that you can't imagine being divorced from.
Oh, Mike drop.
Mike drop.
Instantly, someone I used to date came to mind where it's like if he has a little anger towards you, imagine that being turned for flesh. And how he treats guys, how they treat and talk about their ex-wife. Yeah.
Because, and so for like cuffing season, it's similar because you can do like a little cuddle buddy, but that could get out of hand and then you can get yourself all wrapped up. If you didn't predetermine, like, first of all, that's not even someone you're thinking of marrying, but not only that, but would you want to be divorced from that person? And I wish I had asked myself that question before I got married.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have done anything differently because I don't think you saw all the things
that's true.
Reveal.
Because it was
give yourself a break
more covert in my case, but
I've dated people that affirmed my decision to leave. So I'm like,
because now in divorce, the pain and the shock of the personality that you see before you and the ruthlessness.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh. I think that's huge. So I think cuffing with people could be probably not a good
I think it's dangerous. I feel like you go too far physically, your heart gets all wrapped in, you waste your time. But I also would never judge, and I have done it in past times, knowing that I just want to be around somebody and I just want to be told.
Would you say that for the younger 20-somethings also that it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're, and primarily if you're Christian and you're trying to like not be too physical before you're married. I just think we all fail. We're all
it's probably even worse if you're getting super physical.
Like
that's
so. So exactly.
Oh. I guess it's a no.
Yeah. Let's have an accountability episode in February. We're gonna revisit this post cuffing. We're just gonna revisit.
Is Johnny still around?
So, all right, we do wins.
Oh, sure.
So for first-time listeners or viewers, we talk about a win and a fail every week, something that we're proud of and that we like succeeded at, even if it's little. A fail that we're going to be transparent about because it helps to not feel alone when you know other people are going through junk.
Yeah. Okay. My win is that I have been going through a little bit of junk that's totally personal life stuff. And it's been really difficult, but it's home life stuff. But somehow I'm proud of myself for showing up to work and putting a smile on my face and being available to 20 some odd other children, even though in my internal thoughts and heart, it's like a struggle. So that's been a win, I think. Um, being able to compartmentalize that. And I think I think that shows some shit, so I'm proud of myself for that.
Totally.
Should I do the fail or do you want to do
I'll do it. So my win is actually yesterday, so it's fresh in my mind. I work from home, but my company is based in the city, New York City. I live in Connecticut. So we have like options to go in once in a while just to like be around colleagues and higher ups. And I don't like the city. I sometimes have to go for work and it's so hard for me. I just like don't like it. I'm affected. I get lost. I'm a nature girl. And so it was optional and I like really wasn't gonna go. It was like a day I had the kids. Everything's inconvenient, right? But I went because I just feel like I have to say yes to these things, especially in career life. Anything that makes you it's like out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Feel like there would be benefits, but it's a pain in the butt. And I always want to say yes to those things. And it was worth it. It was
good.
awkward. And you guys, actually, can I just I'll do my fail. The fail is so I am convinced I have a directional handicap that when I get to heaven, I'm gonna ask Jesus and I'm gonna walk him over to all my friends and family. Yes, she had an undiagnosed directional handicap. And then they'll be like, she was a martyr. She went through like raw dogging it, like before anybody knew. Because I with my phone, 20 minutes getting there and 45 minutes. So the parking garage on Broadway is only 3 blocks from my company. I've been with them for almost 3 years. So I've been to this office before, lost every time, like just following the Google Maps. So you press walk on Google Maps and follow it. And it does not work for me. I have to stop. I have to ask
This is
people.
interesting
It's so awful. It sounds
because
impossible.
it's talking to you and it's giving you
moves
around direct.
I know, but it doesn't. I can't perceive what I'm looking at. So when I took a driver's test at 16, I had to put an L on this hand and R on my right hand. So when it said
Wow.
take a left, because if you say left, I'll go the opposite. So it's almost like dyslexia for directions. My brain.
Imagine if you have undiagnosed dyslexia this whole time and you're a writer.
I know.
You're amazing. I'm proud of you. You are a overcomer. Challenger. As a teacher, I can say that's an amazing feat.
I just saw your teacher's fault. You like just turned into another person that you're supportive. No, I'm thank you because I can
I'm so genuinely serious.
because it's actually
And you should look into that.
I know. I should.
That
It's like
sucks.
one of those things where you
Yeah.
guys go, it's fine.
Okay. But you made it.
Yeah, no. So.
But
yeah.
late? Were you late? Is that what was
No, I went so early because I knew. I built in an hour for walking 3 blocks because I knew I would get lost.
Girl, we need to look into it.
Yeah.
That's so
like,
bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
Win. Oh, I said my win. And my fail was just that I'm just getting into I don't even want to well, let's say I'm getting into it. I have a temptation. I take the bait really easily for like an argument. I just cannot hold my tongue or hold my peace, as they say. And I just wish I had because I didn't this time. And I get better every year over year. I get better, but this time I lost it again. But one thing that I want to share is one time, either talking to a counselor or listening to a message online, someone was talking about holding your peace, and it reminded me of, or it made me think of holding something, right? Like holding your peace close to your heart. And then I thought of my friend's daughter, whose name is Peace. And so I thought of how she actually had a baby named Peace that she was holding close to her chest. And how when it says hold your peace, like if you could think of it like a little baby named Peace, and someone is at you trying to get at that at you and that baby and irritate you and anger you, are you going to hold your peace and keep it safe? Or are you going to be like, forget this and throw that baby and start, arguing and fighting?
Good way.
Yeah.
Picturing it.
And so sometimes I win that battle and sometimes I don't. And
Yeah.
good thing it's a metaphorical baby, but
Yeah. So you're saying like you took the bait this week.
I did. I did. And it just, a lot of times I don't. There's just, and because there's a lot of baiting, but,
Yep.
sometimes when you're weak or you're tired or you're PMSy or you're exhausted, overworked, sometimes you just like,
I know. Yeah. I can relate with like the teenager life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, one more eye roll, right? Just don't, and like I say something and it's like I said it in anger and like
teenage life, ex relationship life, family life. Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hate when I lose my temper, and it's something that I always pray that I feel like it's a thorn in my side. So I totally understand.
And it's hard to recover from.
Yeah, yeah.
In your memory and
It's more like I'm mad at yourself, right?
Yeah. So
Whatever. Very common, and working through it, forgiving yourself.
yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.